Ah, yes. Oh God, I almost jumped right out of the thing. Oh, first person mode's dangerous whether you're flying, whether you're riding a horse, or anything in between. But welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Tritoncraft. My name is Nick. Welcome to the channel. It's wonderful to have you here. I hope that you're having an amazing day. Please be good to yourselves, love yourselves, and I hope that you enjoy the video as much as I am, well, hopefully going to enjoy making it. We'll have to see. Oh boy, we made that jump. I am loving this new little horsey track out here outside of my newly minted stables. Oh, easy there, guy. You could see in here we have converted what was once a little village. Wunch? Detective Wunch? Brooklyn Nine-Nine? No? Nobody? I can't even do like good references to stuff because I just do them by accident. But yeah, welcome everybody. My name is Nick. It's so good to have you here. This is our stable. Let me put the horsey back in here because otherwise he's going to try to... What are you trying to get in here? Hey! Get in there. Oh my goodness. So you can see we've just got some hay bales and stuff chucked in here. Some hay bales that look pretty good, I think. And we've got a little cauldron full of water. We've got cauldrons in each side, so that way they have a little drinky drink. And I haven't classified these guys or sorted them or organized them by like their running speed or any of that other kind of fun, happy nonsense. I really should. Also, they love to have dance parties in here. Guys, hey, hi. Can you keep it down, please? What did I just say? Well, but anyway, yes, we have converted what was once a little villager trading hall into our stables over the area. And you know what the best thing about this, and I really got to fix my wings. They're getting super bad. The best thing about this is if you take a look at this on approach now, I actually came up with a roof design that I really love. You'll notice that there are basically individual plates almost. So it's not actually connected in all of the spots. And that was kind of the one thing I was like, I want this to be open. I want it to be airy. I want it to be basically like, you know, like you're going to get a lot of airflow and stuff in there because, of course, you've got horses in there. You don't want horses to, you know, be stuffy and not whatever. So all of the roof tiles are elevated up off the actual structure here. And I wanted to minimize the amount of quote-unquote fence connections. So you could see I kind of switched this up here. This was all like one connected thing. I added a block in there. Same thing with over here. We closed this off because I wanted to kind of minimize the amount of fencing in here. And then we've just got our roof plates up off of the thing. And then they are different widths as well, just to kind of make it pop a little bit more. You guys have to let me know what you think of this, but I honestly... Like, I've been playing in the Spring Creek SMP, which first video is still pending, sadly. I'm trying to learn replay mod because I really want to do some different stuff in my Java game than I'm doing here in Bedrock Edition. So that's been a good palate cleanser because I came back to this and I'm like, oh my God, Nick, big brain moment. And totally just kind of figured out a better way to do this thing. And I love it. I just think it looks absolutely fantastic. Like I said, I love that it's like individual plates, but you can't really tell that it's individual plates. It does look like one cohesive roof until you get closer. And then you can kind of see like this would be nice and ventilated. And that looks really good. We have also, I know I asked this in the last episode, but we have also sorted out our lighting issues underneath these. I know I had asked which fence gates should I use. Not fence gates, trapdoors, should I use to cover up the things, but I still never liked it. It was just too much copper. Too much copper. I wanted to keep the amount of copper minimalized. And that's when we started adding these in here. You'll see they're also in the horse pens in here. And these are actually the same exact things. Again, big brain moment. It's good to have a palate cleanser every once in a while. Whenever you're playing this game, like it's really good to have something else, like another game to play or another world to play in, or that you know, something like that, so you can kind of see the different things that you can do, and it really does kind of help give you a different perspective on things. They are the same exact lights that are down here underneath the dock, and I really do love these. I thought that they looked great, even though down underneath the dock, of course, you can see the top of the sea lantern, but if you're hanging them from the ceiling as lights, you can't. You actually can't see these. I think these actually look really great in here. You're keeping with the wood tones. You're keeping with that kind of spruce tone that you had in here. And same thing over here. You're keeping with that kind of spruce tone that you've got working in here, but you're adding light as well to the roof structure. So you guys, again, will have to let me know exactly what you think, but I'm kind of in love with it. I kind of think that they work and they serve all the purposes that they need to serve. And now we've got our stables in here. You can grab a horse. You can ride it around in here. I mean, theoretically, if this were an SMP, then maybe this would be like, you could have like horse races in here, bring your horsey over here, park it at, bring a boat over here. And we're going to be building a boat out here at some point. So probably this side of the dock, I would think, because it's just much bigger over here. We can build a kind of much longer boat than we could over here. But yeah, you can park your boat in here if you're coming over here. You can bring your horse. You can bring it right up in here, right through the stables. This is now wide open in here, and then ride it straight through onto the track. Bing, bang, boom, and have yourself a good time. And I kind of really love this design. This is the final design I came up with for the front of the structure. And just again, the narrowest, lowest part of the roof is right here. And then we've just got the walls and the fence gates kind of working together in harmony, sticking out of the thing. I wanted to keep decorations kind of minimalized in here, but I wanted to make sure we're providing some hay and some cauldrons for our horsies to take a drink when they're thirsty. These are actually here because I used to have more hay bales in there. What they were doing, because these are only 3 deep stalls, if I have a block that's 1 block above this, horses can actually pathfind out of the gate or over the wall if the second block is there, because their hitbox is more than 1 block. So if there's a second block, like they're in the middle, if there was a hay bale on top of this one here that's on the floor, that's the wrong button. Like right here, I used to have a hay bale right there. The horse would jump up on it and then could walk right out the fence gate, because again, there's only 1 block in here in between those. So I had to take those out, but I left these here because I kind of like them. I think they look really, really cool. And I also kind of like this middle structure here, because this is again mimicking what's on the exterior of the doors, but it's 1 block higher. I just love the variation in this build now. This, I think, is probably one of my favorite things over here in the farmer's market now. And I really, really do start to feel like this project is finally starting to come to a close. The sun is setting on another beautiful day here in Tritoncraft. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the morning. I've had this issue recently where I've noticed this, and I don't know if they're just producing too much stuff down below, but I've begun to notice this periodically whenever I come over here to sleep, because my bed's over here. I just randomly will notice honeycombs sticking out. Now, the honeycomb side of the farm is over on that side of the island, and I actually had some moments here where I might have accidentally been stung numerous times trying to fix some of these that are broken. But I don't know if it's still just things popping out of hoppers or popping out of the hives or whatever when the dispensers activate, and if they're popping things out incorrectly. But yeah, I don't know what's going on, but some of them are making their way up to the surface, and I just will randomly find them up here from time to time. I don't know why this is. Uh-oh, I don't have my... Ew, I forgot I don't have my wings. You don't know how many times I've died rip-tiding out of the water or rip-tiding out of a bubble vader and then realizing, oh crap, Nick, you don't have your armor or your wings on. Put this stuff on here. Come on now. So we have, this is going to be part 2 of this video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We're going to be working on the rest of this island over here. I want to do some more stuff over here, but we also have considerations about what we're going to do with these villagers over here. Now, you can see that they are no longer, I wish I would have taken some video of it, but these guys were frustrating me so much because what happened was the Fletchers in here, a couple of them got desynced from their beds, and these guys were over here on a railroad track floating in the sky. You guys saw it in the last video. And they stole the beds. So in order to get the Fletchers to go back to bed, I had to rip the track down, put all the beds down over here, so these guys would sync to their beds over here. But now we've just got a whole bunch of free-range villagers over here who we need to figure out what to do with. I also need to figure out the exact dimensions I want to have over here for this. I may rip this fence out of here at night and kind of expand this area out just a little bit here. Or what I'm also thinking about doing is adding a small building, just some kind of small building or something to stick these guys in. But I want to kind of keep this open again, like I've been keeping with the other market stalls over here. I don't want to have villagers locked into trading halls, except for, we've got the masons and stuff. Yeah, they're all just staring at me. This is super creepy, guys. Quit it. Once it reaches midday, they will stop that. I had to modify the terrain over here just slightly because these guys were being a little bit silly. And, you know, I didn't want them to try to pathfind over the hay bales here. I want to put a fence gate in here, but I also know how many times I've had villagers getting stuck on fence gates in different places. So I have to think of a way to open this island up so that I still have access to the entire thing and I can still walk around the whole thing. So this gate, this may get expanded over this way and we'll maybe turn the beach into like our pathway to get around the island. I'm not 100% sure. So we've still got a bunch of work that we have to do over here to figure out a nice little home for these guys here. Oh, have I mentioned ever how frustrating I find villagers? Welcome back, everyone. Yeah, we're still on the island. You can see the little blue lanterns. You can see a tough wall. You can probably also hear the deafening chorus of a bunch of zombie villagers. And that's because, yeah, these are all those guys that I had on my little carousel before. My cartographers, the armorers, the weaponsmiths, the tools, all of them are in here. Some zombies spawned over here somewhere. We're going to talk about this in a minute. Some zombies, there must have been a part of this that wasn't lit up well enough. And some zombies somehow managed to sneak over the wall and they got to the villagers at night while I was working on something else. I came back over. By the time I got over here, a couple of the villagers were already gone, you know, converted. And then, you know, I just said to heck with it. I'm not going to be able to save them. So I quickly just had some tough. I threw up this box, managed to get them all inside before day came, which that guy's holding a piece of tough. I was really, really worried I wasn't going to be able to save them, but I did, thankfully. And then because their beds were still on the ground, because I've got a bunch of farmers picking up a ton of crops, they started breeding like crazy. And there were so many kids, so many little kids that were adopted out to nice, loving families. Yes, I didn't burn them to death at all. I swear. Oh, I hate villagers. So anyway. We have been hard at work over here doing some stuff. Now, first things first, I have raised the seawall of this because a couple things were happening. Number one, I think those zombies spawned somewhere down here along the edge. And also, because there was a change in elevation here for the wall, some of the zombies managed to get out as well. I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know, etc. So regardless, because I was having problems with the villagers and zombies both getting in or out, I decided to just raise the seawall up above all of this. And you can see now it is way, way up. Even if there are ways up, you cannot get in because the fence goes all the way around on the entire top side. Most of this is 2 to 3 blocks high. And then, of course, you get down here at the end. I just have this open for access right now because I keep having to move my shulker boxes because we keep building more stuff and kind of getting more things complete. I have come out here into the sea and we have extended our ledge, and you can see this little planter box kind of thing. I don't know how else to really describe it, but you can see the actual wood comes down through and then hooks inward. So it's kind of hooked into the cliff face here, and I added some more rooted dirt, some more vines. That's what it is. I actually did have some rooted. Hey. Stupid little kid. Get. Yeah. Yeah, I actually want to, we need to add some more rooted dirt in here, but you can see there's a little bit of rooted dirt right there next to the actual podzol. I just wanted to kind of change up that texture from below. And then we are building this little planter box in here. This is where all of these villagers are going to go once we heal them. And we're all going to pretend that that's going to go super smoothly and we're never going to have to worry about a thing. Just took some spruce leaves. I actually had initially had warped wart here. But the warped wart, unfortunately, it's too big of a contrast to everything else we've got going on here, even compared to the copper. I just didn't want to do the same thing that I had done for the rest of this stuff and build like a, you know, whatever. Oh, I don't have my rockets. I didn't want to do the same thing that I had done before, so I decided to stick with the spruce trees. It's going to tie in thematically. We're going to add another probably big spruce tree right maybe here somewhere in the horse area. I'm thinking maybe over here next to the fountain. I want to add a pretty tall one. I'd like to have one of the giant taiga varieties. I don't know what I was trying to say there. But yeah, we're going to definitely have, and of course we've got our mega tree down there coming. I swear, guys, I promise it's going to get done this video. Yeah. But I just wanted something a little bit different. I wanted something that was going to look a little bit more unique down here. And this is going to kind of just be like a little natural area. We're going to stick in some little like slabby jab benches or something like that. I added a couple of, I've never done custom trees before. They look okay. They look okay. Now, obviously, this monstrosity is here in the way, so it's taking up some of the space here. I think this is going to look a lot better once I get these guys healed. We're going to have their workstations dotted all throughout this area. Of course, they can't be up against the wall because then they'll just use the workstations to jump out of the pen. But their workstations are going to be kind of dotted in here along the wall area here. And you can see we've got this blocking the way into there. And then the wall continues right off of this. And I decided instead of doing blocks, we would do the walls to kind of change the depth of this a little bit. And then I just love the way the spruce leaves are just kind of hanging over the top of that. That I actually really, really love. I think that looks fantastic. Yeah, I mean, the little custom trees, we'll see. Maybe I was thinking about maybe doing some taller ones that were a little bit thinner to kind of more match with the spruce aesthetic. I don't think those actually make a lot of sense over here because they're fatter, more like your oak trees or your birch trees, that kind of variety, instead of being, you know, like, you guys, please keep it down here. Hey, you. Yeah, don't make me come in there. With, golden apples and weakness potions. But, yeah, that's going to be really, really fun. Stay tuned for those shenanigans because I am more than sure it is not going to go well. But, yeah, this I absolutely love. I think this looks wonderful. These design pending. So when I come back, we are going to have everything all fixed up over here. Oh God, we got to cure up these villagers, get them into some beds, which are all going to go over into this building here. I can't put the beds down until the villagers are cured because then all these other villagers are going to start breeding and have a ton of babies again, and we can't have that. So let's start curing some villagers. This place is now alive with the sound of... Wow, guy. My dude. You literally can't plant some things in Minecraft. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is so good to have you guys here. And yeah, I love it. You can see we had no problems actually healing up all of our guys, getting them all back to normal. And that, like I said, it was kind of good because the one cartographer had never been... Hi. See what you got. Oh, diamond pickaxe for 1 emerald. Oh yeah, diamond sword for 1 emerald. Another diamond pickaxe for 1 emerald. None of the stuff on them is any good anyway. We've got a woodland explorer map and an ocean explorer map for a diamond. They've got banner patterns too, but who knows what they are. I think they're all... This has been a problem. These guys, these Fletchers are constantly coming right to this corner, and they keep trying to chuck carrots over the wall at these guys, but they can't get them over here. I don't know why. It just amuses me as much as it does, but yeah, I absolutely love this. I did opt with the taller version of these trees, which I now absolutely love. I think these look really great over here. Just wanted to keep a couple of them, didn't want it to get too overwhelming, and I wanted it to match in with the motif, obviously, of the little sleeping quarters that these guys have. I did add some more leaves in here. We stuck some of our little blue lanterns here, as well as our little lantern majiggers over there. This is where they all sleep. So far, so good. They have not glitched out or like been able to jump up over the wall by doing this, but you know, I don't think they're able to, so that's really great. And then I stuck these in here, just kind of these little custom bench thingies, you know, just obviously a little trapdoor. I think, actually, that was one. Oh my god, how did I? Oh god. Now, you know for a fact one of them would have ended up in the ocean. I don't know how. Oh, I forgot I opened that when I was coming down here to get my shulker boxes. I need to unload this inventory because this is just an absolute disaster in here. I was thinking, of replacing those trapdoors with these warped wood trapdoors instead. I kind of just want to see what it looks like on one of these here, but I have a feeling with all this other green in here, it's not going to look quite as good. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. It's not going to look quite as good with all this other green in here. It kind of like goes against the tone a little bit. The copper, the green color in like the copper, you can see it's a much faded color of that same kind of green. So that oxidized copper look is definitely a much better fit over here. It makes it fit more in with the natural aesthetic. If we're going to go for contrast, I want stark contrast. I don't want, you know, like something that's just off, because it just doesn't look right. And of course, we did stick some copper in here. I just kind of came up with these little things here, you know, stuck them on top of some walls here. This way, the work tables would be up off the ground. They can't jump up on them. And these guys I stuck just kind of, yeah, right over here, in here by the wall. Lots of lighting in the ground with all these moss blocks everywhere. Of course, through those there, we should, fingers crossed, be spawn-proofed again over here. I really am loving all of this over here. Cartographer's like, whoa, how'd you do that? Don't worry about how I did it. I did it. That's all that matters. But yeah, this is another villager zone, kind of done and dusted. I think the only thing I really want to change out over here is the beds. Since these are really visible, I think we need to go with something that's going to be a little bit more reasonable over here. Something that's not going to stand out quite so much. So you guys will have to let me know what you think of the bed situation going on over here. But I absolutely love this area. I think it looks wonderful. And now, of course, we have all of these extra guys in here. We can get all sorts of good stuff. Ooh, I can trade you my diamonds for emeralds, eh? Sigh. And yeah, I love all of this stuff. These guys absolutely just knocking it out of the park with these trades. Oh, just absolutely amazing. And yeah, we can get, we can sell a pane of glass for an emerald. That's a super cheap trade. We can, paper, 13 paper. I mean, we can just run the sugarcane farm endlessly. Hey, beat it. Something tells me these gates are going to end up getting removed, because now I'm noticing these guys are starting to do the same things that the other guys used to do. I really hope I don't have to, because I really don't want to have to deal with that. And then, yeah. Well, I already looked at them, guys. Yeah, like you guys. Yeah, diamond armor, diamond pants, and I believe you are my guy with my boots and my helmet. Like I said, the enchants on these aren't anything. These would just get grindstoned off, and then we would put our own enchants on, because of course we've got the librarians with all the good books and everything. This is closed off over here. There should be no spawning room over here. Guys, this island is almost done. Can you believe this? Can you believe all that has changed here? If you haven't yet, go back and watch like the other 2 episodes in the transformation video here. I am blown away by my own Minecraftiness. Like, it's not often that I'm like super, super proud or impressed of things that I'm doing in Minecraft. But I mean, especially, it's probably the comparison, like when you compare it to stuff like over here, this is stuff, some of this stuff was built like 2 years ago. And I've definitely grown as a Minecrafter since then. You can tell I obviously did some good things over here, some things that I really, really, really love. But you could kind of see my evolution as a Minecrafter if you just look over here and just look at the amount of detail that's now packed into this farmer's market island here, the little horse stables, the racetrack, the farm, the little Fletcher kind of target practice area, and now this beautiful little garden with all these other guys. This is just amazing. This is amazing. But now we have to turn our attention northward. And I know we do still have this little area here, and I was actually thinking of like a little garden thing here. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to put here, but I guarantee you what's not going to happen, we're not putting villagers here. I am not dealing with villagers anymore. I absolutely refuse. Even though we didn't have like a lot of trouble, you know, getting those villagers over there cured up and set in their workstations and everything, it's madness. It's absolute madness trying to deal with them. I just don't feel like it anymore. And then we're going to have to change the topography of this part of the island as well, because unfortunately I've noticed that if you try to build these fences like with elevations, the villagers will, I promise you, find a way to get over them. That's why all these areas that have villagers in them are now completely and totally flattened out. So let's head north here over to our little bee island, to where a couple episodes ago now we planted the trunk of what will be at least a larger tree. We're going to get a nice big tree in here. We're going to throw a mixture of some of the azalea leaves, I believe, on this thing. You can see up there over my rocket there, we've got some azalea trees planted up there. I'm going to go up there with the trusty hoe and start whacking some of those things off of there, because I'm going to need a whole bunch of leaves. And we're going to build this thing up a little ways. It's going to kind of dominate the skyline over in this area. I want it to go probably up to at least 100 to 120 blocks, which puts it like, say, maybe the top of the tree, like the very top is going to be like in that range. So it's probably going to be taller than the tree that I built over here once upon a time, but it's not going to be as bulbous. This tree, the kind of one thing that I really don't like about this tree is how bulbous it is. I really wish this didn't look like just kind of I wish I had built the trunk much higher and done much less work with the leaves and the canopy and everything. It doesn't need nearly as many leaves. So we're going to see what this ends up looking like, and I'll come back and I'll show you what I got. I will tell you what, it is altogether fitting that it is raining at the farmer's market as we come back to show off the finished build. I hit the button one too many times. Welcome back, everybody. It's so good to have you here. We have been very, very busy, and I told you I was going to do it. I told you guys, I told you to believe me, so I hope you did. I hope you did, because it's you can't look at it just yet. We're going to go up there in just a minute, but the farmer's market build is done. Done, finished, finito. I might add like a couple of tiny details here and there, but by and large, this thing is completely finished, and I am so overjoyed with how everything turned out here. Let's take a quick tour of the area here. Of course, like I said, it is raining out because of course it is. Why? That's just, I'm just finishing everything up and getting ready to start recording the final clip. It just starts raining, and I'm just like, you know what? Fine. So first things first, welcome to Tritoncraft Farmers Market, and welcome to Eckhart Stables, which is in here. I did breed up a couple of these horsies. Bloop. And bloop. Haha. You guys have some babies. Gonna have some more horsey babies in here. Did I not? Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure they're just going to stand there and look at each other, I guess. Well, they had a baby. I don't know what's going on with them. But anyway, the stables haven't changed. You guys have seen the stables. And a lot of this is more about the little detail work and everything that I put in here. Including, small things like these little benches. I did decide to trade out the spruce trapdoors. I think the weather's going to turn. Maybe. I just totally saw. Oh, you know why? Because I was under here and the conduit effect went away. That's why the lighting changed. Never mind. But just these little benches in here. I did change those out for the dark oak trapdoors, and we added a bunch of campfires in here. I love this little fountain. Again, more of these little things here, just little benches and stuff sitting by little campfires so you can sit, kind of take a seat anywhere around the farmer's market. We have more custom trees. I chucked this one in here. I'm not 100% on this one, actually. So, yeah, this one maybe a little bit more. Yeah, maybe something like that. We'll have to tinker toy with that. Oh, there goes that fountain right there. We, of course, come on over here, over to our Smithy's Corner. And you can see here, all of our guys are, desperately trying to avoid the rain, which is good. I may put some small copper pavilion over here just to have a little more copper over here in some point in the future, but I'm not really sure, and I don't really think it needs it. I think it would look overcrowded over here. We've got some emeralds and some compasses as well up on top of, I love that this looks like just a guy up here. Of course, like Korean and B-Dubs and other people did that in Season 6 of Hermitcraft. I love it. I think it looks absolutely amazing, so I decided to mimic it here for emeralds. If you want to shop over here with any of the smithies or, of course, the cartographers, got an anvil over here just for decorative purposes. Actually, I needed to use it to use some name tags. We head over here into the Fletcher's area, and we just have, some of this is named, some of it's really not. But we're going to head from there down. All these guys are just hanging out in the stairway, be like, we want to go work, but we don't want to get wet. And we have another kitty spawned in here. I haven't seen a cat spawn in here in quite some time, to be 100% honest. But we also have our masons in here, of course. I've actually got to unlock the rest of their trades. I haven't finished unlocking all their trades just yet. And then we come back here. So I've now removed everything from the storage room in here, and instead we have all of our crops for trading with our farmers in here. And then we have tons of emeralds over here to trade with all of our guys. I also need to get, I don't think I have any books in here. I need to get some books in here so that way you can just have books right in here to trade with the librarians, but that's something I got to make sure that I get added in here somewhere and everything. And then we head back up to the top area here, and of course we have our little farm over here. This is something that I don't know if you guys ever noticed. Oh, we got another cat over here. I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but I planted all different varieties of crops, potatoes, carrots, beetroot, and wheat over here. Farmers apparently prefer carrots because if you have carrots planted anywhere, if they have carrots in their inventory, apparently they're just going to go through and they're going to clear cut your field, and they're just going to plant carrots in place of everything. So that's fine. Doesn't really matter. Again, I'm not harvesting these crops. They're just meant to be here for their own sake. And of course, over here, on the other side of our little track, we've got Jelly and Shadow over here sitting with Mookie. Another bench sitting over here. We've got our ATM right there, another custom tree, and a small bench sitting over here behind that little fence over there. That custom tree I really like. But let's head down over here. We have Farmer's Haven. This is in here, of course. And then we're going to head over to here to show off these other decorations. We've got another custom tree over here. I added in some slabby jabs to kind of come up the stairs. I didn't want to put too much in here. I did not want to put too much in here. I felt like it would be kind of overkill. I also feel like two of these here. I used to have a bench here and then I moved it. So I think one campfire here is probably good. But then we have our kind of main seating area here. We've got some nice big benches. And then we've got one central campfire right here. I think that looks amazing. I think what I may do, because you can make the smoke a lot higher if you put a hay bale under it, I may stick a hay bale under that one just to kind of make that pop just a little bit more. But yeah, that is the farmer's market, basically the whole thing. Tritoncraft Farmer's Market, building a better future. I don't know, I wanted it to have some kind of a catchphrase or slogan, and there we go. That's what I came up with. So now if we head from here and we walk our way up past, we have more cats just kind of sitting in here up toward our bee farm, and you can now see the majesty of this giant custom tree. There are a lot, and I mean a lot of azalea leaves in this bad boy. I also have a lot of, you'll see on the underside here, they're still extending down, so this is going to look a little bit different. I'm going to put some string to stop the growth of those when they reach the length I want, and we're going to hit them with the bone meal. Make sure we get lots of glowberries going on in there. But you can see here, we've just got all these kind of overhanging leaves coming down. We added another one of these kind of same little honey stations in here. This one's with the honey blocks because, of course, that one's the honeycomb blocks over there. None of these barrels have anything in or anything like that. These are all just kind of decorative, of course. And then I raised up, actually, the seawall all the way around this. So, I mean, things can obviously still spawn on this because there's no lighting or anything down here. And I don't think I'm going to add anything just because why? I don't really think there's a reason to. I don't really think it's anything that we necessarily need to add up here. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot I picked up that campfire. We have all of this, the whole chest monster from this farmer's market is now over here, and I kind of really love this tree. Let's take a look at the tree from some different angles, so you guys can really get a good look at the different decorations here and everything. And I don't want it to be raining right now because I kind of really love, there's a bunch of glowstone embedded in the leaf structure of the tree, which as we get closer and as we land on it, you guys can see in there. And this gives it kind of, especially with the glowberries kind of extending down underneath the tree, as they grow, it'll heighten the effect even more. So I want to make sure that I come back here when it's not raining. I actually also need to replant all those azalea trees because I didn't. I just clear cut them all and I didn't even take the rooted dirt, I don't think. Nope. We'll do that some other time. But just, I mean, you can kind of see that there. Conduit effect wore off because I got far enough away. You can kind of see that glowing effect in certain parts of the tree. There's certain parts where it's not necessarily there, and maybe I'll go back in at some point and add a little bit more glowstone, like over here on the back side, so that way we can continue having that glowing effect. But I absolutely love this custom tree, and I think it just kind of, again, as I've talked about this a lot in a bunch of episodes lately, say I just love, there's different parts of it that are lit up and there's different parts of it that aren't. And I really think, yeah, maybe I'll put some more glowstone on the top of that backside there. But problem is if I get too much closer, the conduit effect's going to go off and we're not going to be able to, yeah, there we go. But yeah, you guys are definitely going to have to let me know what you think. Make sure you get down in the comment section below. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know. I mean, this, this is perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect. Oh, the rain could not have ended at a better time. This is amazing. Oh, thank you so much, Minecraft gods. I love you so much. Oh, now you can really and truly get the full effect. Oh boy. The full effect of this thing here. And yeah, I mean, I love especially this view of the tree from kind of up on the road here. I absolutely love that. I think that looks absolutely incredible. I'm just so proud of everything that has been managed to be built over here. I think this, the whole of this farmer's market, I mean, really, if nothing else, and I know the Magical Village, which I'm really excited to get back to. I haven't been there in a hot minute. I'm really excited to get another project going over there and get another piece of that done. But just this, I really think more than almost anything else in this world represents my growth as a builder here in Minecraft. We get to see how different everything looks, how much everything in this world has changed. And just all the little tiny details over here, the entire insane amount of detail we have over here. Knock on wood, I have not seen a hostile mob spawn anywhere in any accessible section. Where if you're, I've seen a couple like on the very outskirts, like down on the beaches down here, but they can't get from the beaches. They can't get into the market proper. I have not seen anything spawn anywhere in basically like right there. There's like a dark spot or whatever. But yeah, I think that this turned out so gorgeous. Yeah, that's really bugging me now. I really kind of want to put a piece of glowstone in it like right now. Let's do that actually really quick. And man, that is looking even better with that little bit of extra glowstone in there just to get a little bit more glow going inside of that tree structure. I just think it looks absolutely fantastic. Like I said, the glow is actually going to spread down the trunk a little bit too once those glowberries kind of get moving, which I really love. And this island's not meant to really be anything but decorative. I mean, you obviously have to go to the little honey station over here in order to pick up your honey blocks and your honey bottles and all that kind of stuff. This chest, by the way, was overflowing. Like, by the time I finally finished building everything for this tree, ooh, bzz, yeah. Also, these things are just jammed absolutely massively full of honey at this point, because I've got so many bees over here. I've been breeding them like crazy. Then see, we do still have some hostile mobs that are going to spawn over there on the outer portions of the beach. That's okay, because like I said, there's not really anything you're ever really meant to do here. I don't know why you guys are stuck or what you're stuck on, but you know what? I can't be fussed with that. But you guys are going to have to let me know, what do you think of the mega tree over here? What do you think of the completed farmer's market? This build is done! Done, and I never get to say that about anything in Tritoncraft. I'm so excited, but I refused. Like I said, I've been splitting my time over on the Spring Creek SMP, which, again, first video of that is going to be coming soon, hopefully within a week or two. I just really want to learn how to do replay mod and really, you know, take my videos to a different level. You just can't do that kind of thing on Bedrock Edition. I've always really wanted to do it. I'm fascinated by it. I absolutely love, like, those amazing time lapses for, like, super cool builds and stuff. I mean, imagine if, like, we had a bunch of time-lapse footage I could show you guys just for building this whole farmer's market. Imagine just how much everything has changed, including the different iterations of all the buildings over here. And I really like that we only have 3 copper roofs over here. I like that we didn't kind of go overboard with all of the copper. We only have the little pavilions over here, and, of course, our little horsey stables. I absolutely love it. I could not be more happy with the way that this project turned out. So you guys are definitely going to have to let me know what you think down in the comments. Get down there. Make sure you leave a comment on the video. It really does help me a lot. It really does help me play that kind of YouTube algorithm game. And that, unfortunately, is just something you got to play if you want your content to reach more people. I really super appreciate everyone that is watching, everyone that is taking the time to leave me messages and everything like that. It is so appreciated. I just keep, and I've done this at night, like periodically, like I kind of keep strafing over the island just to see if anything spawns. And I really haven't seen anything. I really haven't. I really think the majority, like 99% of this island is spawn proof now. And the only places that they can spawn, besides in the dark spots up here on the beaches, is in like the little tiny dark areas like there on that beach there. And I think there's like a small spot over here or something like that too. But again, you guys are going to have to let me know what you think of all of this. Make sure you head down into the comment section, leave a comment, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not. And you know what? Question mark for the next episode. I don't know what's gonna, oh man, that shot is so great. I just got to finish extending the road out, and that's gonna just look amazing. Like once the road is extended out into the distance, and then you kind of can just fly into the farmer's market and see the highway extending in the distance. We've got the sun rising on another beautiful day here in Tritoncraft. So we are going to just stand here and watch the sunrise. I love your beautiful faces. Go out there today and absolutely smash it. You are amazing. Never forget how amazing you are and how much value you add to the world. Thank you so much for all of your amazing support. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you in the next episode of Tritoncraft.